I'm wondering what you heard in those arguments today, and if this conventional wisdom is that the Supreme Court will support Mifepristone, support access. Is that how you heard it?
That is how I heard it. And it's interesting that we're now calling this Supreme Court conventional wisdom, that it might actually favor pro-choice policies, because that's not their reputation. And we know we last saw them in the Dobbs case a year and a half ago, where they removed the Roe right to abortion as a federal constitutional right. So, yes, that's what I heard. And it came as not a surprise, because if you read the briefs, you see things really were tending that way. But there was some, I won't say enthusiasm, but the justices seemed very clear in their views, and not skeptical of the approach that they seem to be taking, which is to use a very neutral doctrine to get rid of this case. And that's the doctrine of standing, which is a kind of neutral principle in law that says if you're going to bring a case against somebody or something, you have to have been injured. You just can't come up and say, I don't like that. You have to show that you suffered an injury. And the doctors who are pro-life and anti-abortion who brought this case can't show that they are in any way harmed by the regulations that they're objecting to.
I want to bring our listeners and viewers inside the arguments for just a moment. A compelling moment for Supreme Court Justice Neil Gorsuch, who questioned whether those against abortion have standing, to your point, to sue earlier today. Here's how he put it.
We have before us a handful of individuals who've asserted a conscience objection. And this case seems like turning what could be a small lawsuit into a nationwide legislative assembly.
What does that tell you, Carol, when you hear Justice Gorsuch articulating that point?
Well, it's from my point of view, it's encouraging, and it has integrity to it, because it would be a real stretch to see how this case could come out otherwise. It would look terrifically political if the judges were suddenly to say, no, actually, the FDA had it all wrong. We've got to get rid of that drug, Mifepristone. It's no good for women. One of the interesting things here is that Mifepristone is now used by about 2/3 of all women who have abortions, which is amazing, because it was like 30% a couple of years ago, and it's simply so effective, and it has so many advantages that it's now the method of choice. And so I like to think about the justices taking seriously what women are telling them, not that women are determining the decision, but that they're paying attention to what women are doing.
I want to get to the point of this case to the extent that we can, to simplify this for our audience. Carol, is this about access to abortion or the mail?
Well, that's a good question. It's about neither and both. First of all, it's about one particular method of abortion, and that's the abortion pill, which is different than a procedure where a pill, all you do is you take a pill or two pills in most cases. And so it's about that. And it's also about who gets to say what the rules are about the medications that are used in abortion. And here we know the FDA has to approve all medications. And so 20 years ago, they approved this drug and had tons of evidence and testing and studies showing how safe it was. And then 20 years later, these objections were thrown at them. So the FDA is sticking, and they're saying, we took scientific things into consideration. We're not political on this. We just, does this drug work? Is it safe for people to take it? Yes and yes. And so um, so it's the kind of drug, the procedures that went into approving it in the first place. And what this goes back to what you said, what you pointed out about Gorsuch. He said, listen, we can't have a couple of doctors who disagree with legal abortion going out and sort of changing the rule across the nation. And that's what this would do if the court were to find out that the plaintiffs did have standing. And they simply don't. They can't show that they're injured in any way. And one of the reasons is that they are given a conscience exemption. So if you're a doctor and you don't want to perform abortions, in most states you don't have to do it. And so where's your harm? You're not being asked to violate what you truly believe. Yeah. And that would seem to me a very important part of what some of the justices were getting at as well. Justice Coney Barrett, for example.